Today we're looking at the paper Deep Subjecthood, Higher-Order Grammatical Features in Multilingual BERT by authors from Stanford University and University of California in Irvine and Santa Barbara. The goal of this paper is to understand whether and to what extent large pre-trained models are capable of encoding abstract high-order features of the grammar of 24 languages. Basically, the authors study some specific grammar concepts related to the alignment problem, where the goal is to figure out what is the subject and object of a sentence. For example, given that you have a sentence like the dog chased the cat, in English it's easy to distinguish that the dog is the agent, the entity which is doing something, and the cat is the target within this sentence. And this is based on the order of the words in the sentence. So basically what the authors do is they make a data set with such annotations of agents and objects, transitive objects, and they train classifiers in 24 languages using multilingual BERT embeddings as input, and the classifiers are then used to predict some other sentences either in the same language or in one of the other 23 languages. And the authors investigate to what extent these classification models trained on these general purpose multilingual BERT embeddings, to what extent these embeddings are capable of performing this alignment task, which is pretty interesting to see to what extent those multilingual embeddings are capable of learning knowledge related to this task that is useful to solve this task. What the authors find is actually, I find it quite cool, is that the multilingual BERT model is capable of representing subjecthood and objecthood quite robustly across different 24 languages. So the model is capable of learning general purpose features of those subjecthood and objecthood properties that seem to be applicable. The embeddings are, those properties are learned across all languages. So those abstract features are general across all of those 24 languages learned by the BERT model. And of course, still the model is capable of learning language-specific grammatical features as well to be able to do these tasks. But it's quite interesting to see that such a large-scale model trained on large amounts of multilingual data is capable of producing such robust embeddings that are learning some general-purpose abstract features of the languages. And this is valid across quite diverse languages as well. The authors test not only European languages, but some Indian languages and Asian languages. And it seems that there are some general purpose properties learned by the embeddings valid across all languages. So they do a bunch of different experiments testing. So you can see some of the languages here. So you have Hindi, Urdu, you have the European languages, you have Farsi, Japanese, Russian, huge amount of languages. And it seems that, BERT seems to be quite robust on this simple, it's actually, the task is not so simple because it varies across languages. So different languages, there are some differences for how the objects and the actors and the subjects are represented across sentences. And also, it's not enough to observe only one sentence to figure this out, because you need to take a look at multiple of those sentences to be able to extract these general properties. You can find more details about the linguistic details in the paper. But it's quite cool to show that indeed the BERT model is able to extract such abstract grammar features from the text, from the raw data it has been trained on. And when it comes to the implications, this is really nice study in the direction of trying to understand what precisely the large-scale models like BERT are learning from raw data. Are they learning useful stuff, or are they just memorizing some patterns that are not very interpretable? It seems that they are actually learning some useful grammar knowledge. And it's a nice paper in the direction of trying to understand better and to probe better what those models are learning, and maybe a useful method for future work on interpretability of these large-scale models. So that is all that I wanted to cover for today. Check out the paper and like and subscribe for some upcoming NLP videos. Thanks for watching.